Hi, welcome to 3D Animation Area. I'm Autodesk Maya online teacher. Today we shall see how to do a keyframing animation and path animation, and what is graph editor and dope sheet, how to use it for animation. Okay, let's start. Go to top view, keep the outliner in the left side. Now create polygon primitives, sphere. Now we are going to animate the sphere from this place to this place. Set the frame range 1 to 50. Go to Windows, Setting Preferences, Time Slider. Here you have to choose the frames per second, that is either it can be 24 fps or 25 or 30. I am choosing 30 fps. Here also it should be 30 only. Whichever fps you are choosing should be the same here or here too. Now press the save. Now let's rename this as ball. At first frame, we are going to save its position, orientation and scaling. That is by pressing the save key in the keyboard, that is S in the keyboard. Yes. So I have keyframed the position of the sphere at first frame. Now at last frame, that is it can be 50. At 50th frame, I am going to move it here. Okay. Now again press S in the keyboard, that is save key. So now totally there are 2 keyframes in the sequence. Let's play it and see. So here we defined its position and pressed save key in the keyboard. So it has recorded. At first frame you should be here. We have instructed the sphere that at first frame you should be here, and in the last frame, which is 50th frame, you should be here. We have defined it, so it is performing the animation. The in-betweens are created by itself. The Maya will create the in-betweens. You just have to define the first frame and last frame. That is, wherever there is going to be change, that you have to define. For example, at 20th frame, I want this ball to go here and then go to its last frame. So what I will do, at 20th frame, I will define it to Maya that by moving the sphere here and pressing the save key. That is the way of defining, pressing the S in the keyboard. You can see it is becoming pure red. Now here also you are seeing the line, keyframe line. Rewind it. Now we play it. It goes there and here. Now again I will do, that is at 35th frame, I want this ball to come here and only then it should go here. Not directly from here to here. It should go from here and then come here, only then it should go there. So at 35th frame, I have brought it here. Now I am going to press yes in the keyboard. Now you can see it is becoming pure red, means it has recorded that position. Now you play it, it goes there and here and then come to the destination. So this is the concept of keyframing. You have to define it, define the position, orientation and whether it is small or big. Position means translation. I mean by position, translation, and by orientation I mean rotation, and big or small, by saying big or small I mean scaling. So we have to record it, we have to define it by pressing save key in the keyboard. So wherever there is going to be change in the motion, for an object, that you have to define it. You have to tell Maya that you have to go to this place and you have to physically move the ball and then press save key in the keyboard. Now once you have done this keyframing, you can see the in-betweens where go to Windows, Animation Editors, Graph Editor. Then you can see the in-betweens. See, if I press, if I just select the translation X, here at first frame you can see translation X is 0, and here at 20th frame you can see 7.71. Here it's recorded. Here the first frame key, this is 20th frame key, this is 35th frame key, you can see here 35, and this is last frame, that is 50th frame. So it's all recorded. In between it's also created. It is not without lines. The segment is there, means the animation in between are there. Okay, if I add one more keyframe here, for example, see, I will show you one more keyframing. If I add, and here I press and key selected, if I say, and I click on the translation X and say key selected, you can see it is becoming pure red, and here one vertex is added, one key is added. So wherever you are going to key it, a point will be added in the graph editor, and I can change it here too. In the graph editor itself I can change. How? Based on, this is time, this horizontal line you are seeing is time, and this vertical line is space. So at 20th frame, the graph, that is the mesh, has traveled 7.71 Maya units at 20th frame. This is frame and this is space, Maya units, like how we have in the distance, kilometers, meters, like that we are using Maya units. So I can just say it is 7 meters, 7.71 meters it has reached at 20 frames. So in 20 frames it has reached 7.7 meters, or I am saying Maya units. So, and at 35th frame it has reached, you select the point in the graph editor and it will show up 17th frame, 17 units, 17 Maya units in the x-axis. So this curve, red color curve, is x-axis translation curve. Now I will select the translation y curve. It looks green. There it is flat. Why? Because there we didn't move the ball in y direction. That is, you can see only it is moving flat on the surface. It is not going up and down. This up and down is the y. This up and down is a y. So we didn't move it in the up and down. We only moved it from the top. So it is it is showing only the x and z axis. You can see if I select the translation z, you can see some movement here. At first frame it is, this is frame, this is Maya units. At first frame it is 0. You can see here 0. And at 10th frame, that is at 20th frame, it is minus 6.128 Maya units. It has crossed minus 6 Maya units. And at 35th frame it has crossed 5 Maya units. And finally it has crossed 0 Maya units. That is, this direction is z. You can see here in the corner of the, at the corner of the viewport, you can see this is z direction. This is z direction. So in the z direction it is going up and down, it is going away distant from the 0 and again coming back, uh, it is going distant from the 0, and at that time it is minus 6 Maya units, and again coming back to the 0 and going to this side, this plus z side. So you can see the 5 Maya units it is crossing, and again finally coming back to 0. You can put it here 0. So this is the graph editor of the object's motion. It is just showing the object's motion. This is x-axis, this is z-axis of the translation. So if you want to make some changes in the motion, you can do it here also. Like I am selecting the x-axis 35th frame point, and using the translation and translating it, and pressing hold the shift and translating it like this. Once I move this, keep the frame bar here, and you can see it is changing. So in X it is moving, you can see that. So either you can choose to do it manually in the perspective or viewport itself, or you can do it in the graph editor. When you do it in the perspective, that is top view, what you have to do is, once you do it, you have to key it. See, I am keying it. I have made change in the X here, so I am keying it. Now you can see the change here. If I play it, see the change is happening. That is, it is going at 35th frame, it is going to 40, and at 50th frame it is coming back to it is coming back to 22 Maya unit. So whatever the motion is, it is shown in the form of XYZ in graph editor. So if I put here, for example, I am selecting all the graph editor's points, and I'm typing 0. See what is going to happen. There is no travel, only in distance. It is not going anywhere, but still the curve is there. Means keyframes are there, but there is no movement, there is no change. So that is if the sphere is having any motion, it will show up in the graph editor. Then, so we have seen the graph editor. Another is dope sheet. Go to Windows, Animation Editors, dope sheet. What is the difference between the dope sheet and graph sheet is, in graph editor we will see, we saw that horizontal line is time and vertical line is space. Here there is only horizontal line, there is no vertical line. You can see here number of frames, 0, 1, like 20, 22, 23, all frames are there. But you won't see the vertical line, which is space, which represents a space. In this number of frames, it has traveled this much space, this much Maya units. That mention won't be here. So there is no, that vertical line is missing, will be missing in the dope sheet. This dope sheet, where we can use it is if you want to edit the timing of the animation. That is, I have keyframed it 1 to 50. I want to keyframe it, I want to extend that sequence to 1 to 100. So I want to bigger the animation. That is, I want to I want the ball to travel slowly. It is traveling very fast in 1 to 50 frames. So I want to travel it slow. For that, what I will do, I will make it travel 1 to 100, the same distance. So it will look slow. For that purpose, we can use the dope sheet. How to do it is, I will show you. So we can actually reset the animation. You select all the transformations in the channel box. To delete the animation, we have to do it like this. Select the transformations and right click, break connections. All animations are lost. Now we will do it again. At first frame, I am pressing save key in the keyboard, and in the last frame, that is 50th frame, I am moving it and recording it. That is defining it by pressing yes again in the keyboard. Now 2 keyframes are formed. So now it is playing 1 to 50. Okay, here you can see this red line timeline. You can see it is traveling. Now I want the same animation to happen 1 to 100, not just end with 50. So what I will do, I will first set the range here 1 to 100, then go to dope sheet and do rectangular selection and type here 100. There is only frame space here. You can only type the frame, not the space. So now if you see, it was here at 50th frame. I have changed it to 100th frame. Now I will rewind and play it. It's going slow. You can see it has slowed down. So for that purpose, we can use either you can make it very fast, that is 1 to 25, or make the 1 to 50 animation to 1 to 100. So for this dilation or fastening of the sequence, we can use the dope sheet. Now we are going to see path animation. So let's delete the animation what we have done. Now go to create curve tools, draw a curve. That is a path we are going to draw. Right, press enter. Now select the ball, rename this as path. Select the ball and shift select the path. Go to constraint. In the rigging module, constraint, motion paths, attach to motion path. This is the motion path where this ball's motion is going to happen. So this curve is called motion path. And now I'm going to assign this sphere to the motion path. Go to settings, time slider. If you don't have any other changes in the frame, you can just mention the time slider. Otherwise, if you have any though the range is 1 to 100, you want the ball to get animated 1 to 50, then you have to switch on the start in and then mention the start time and end time. In our case, I can just I'll just switch on the time slider. So 1 to 100 is okay for me, and say attach. Now rewind and play it. You can see the sphere is traveling along the geometry of the curve. And here in the channel box, this sphere is bound to the curve. So wherever the curve goes, that is here it is going X. So in X it has traveled 28 units, you can see that. And in Z axis it has traveled 3 here, and here you will see more, it has traveled -6. This side is minus, that is minus, and this side is plus. That is Z minus Z, this is plus Z. So it has, the sphere has traveled -6 in the Z, and when it is coming here at 61 frame, it is coming it has reached 3 Maya units in the Z. So you can see the distance and where in the space it is, uh, what the value is. You can see here. The sphere is bound to the curve. Wherever the geometry of the curve is shaped or traveling, there the sphere also will travel. Suppose if I select this and go to control vertex and change the shape of the curve, the sphere will also follow. You can see the sphere is traveling along the curve, the extended curve, and it is reaching the destination. So this is about the path animation. You can go to perspective and see that. Rewind it. See, the sphere is traveling along the geometry of the curve. So today we saw graph editor, dope sheet, and use how to use them for that is keyframing animation and path animation. So in the next video we will see further topics. Okay guys, today that's it for today. You can visit my website 3danimationengineer.com to know about online classes and my videos. Please subscribe my channel to see more videos on Maya software. Thanks for being with me. Cheers.